Alright, I was of the opinion that smartwatch, really? Does anyone need that? What's the point of it? But completely disregarded that and bought it anyway. I'd like to give you my thoughts and opinions. I've got some written down here because I've got quite a few thoughts on it, and yes, I was of the opinion that it's a waste of money to begin with, but I still want to see what the fuss was about. Now there's loads of Android where there's talk of an Apple Watch coming out. The short version, without watching me waffle on, is it's not worth the money because it's not something you need, but it will it stops you going on your phone as much, which sounds like not so much of a benefit, but it does make you sort of realise what's going on in the world a little bit. If you've got that sort of anxiety that I have, where you've got to check and see if you've got notifications, you just got to glance at it and disregard them. And you get into the habit of wearing a watch again, which I haven't done for millions of years, and really enjoy it. In fact, if the battery's dead on it and I haven't got it with me, I find myself kind of like, oh, because it's always said that, like, you know, oh, what time is it? Oh, I don't need a watch, I can just pull my phone out of my pocket and check it. Which you can, which is obviously easy. But it's so nice just to be able to glance at the time. It's a strange thing. The sort of the most convenient thing about a smartwatch is that it's a watch, which is pretty daft when you think about it, because you can just wear any watch. It doesn't have to be clever. So I'll start with points on it. The bad points to begin with. So bad points, I've put the battery. Even though the steel is one of the LCD screen watches, not full colour, it's on all the time. You can see it all the time. I felt like I was charging it more than I thought I should. 5 days, gets down to about 20%, and then it's 20% battery. It's sort of telling you that it needs recharging. So I was kind of expecting more. So in these Android watches, Android Wear things, must be really bad, because charging it 5 days a week, every 5 days, is a pain in the ass. So charging it daily, I couldn't deal with that, to be honest. Limited apps as well. If you get one of these watches, you think, oh wow, you know, it'll bring all kinds of interesting new features. Now, Pebble App Store's got quite a lot of things on it, but I didn't really find anything that's that useful. The only thing that I like is the fact that you can play the music and control the music from it, which is fantastic. The notifications, and can change the watch faces. I've got the Evernote app, which is quite good for just flicking through your checklists and marking things as done, shopping lists and stuff. Again, there's nothing that I wouldn't really rather reach for the phone for. I don't think it's revolutionised doing crazy cool things with apps. On the same sort of note, standalone features, it's got an alarm. There's no speaker in it, but it's got a vibrating alarm, and that's about it. Other than being able to flick through the watch faces, if you're not connected to a phone, it's not particularly smart. You know, it relies on everything being passed to it, obviously, but I don't know, I kind of expected it to have a little bit more functionality built in, or when you install an app, like the Evernote app for instance, you'd expect it to be able to go through your checklist and everything and then sync later. No, if it's not connected to your phone, you can't do anything with it. It's just, it relies on that connection. No speaker on it, so you can't have any audio ringtones. You know, if you can't have any sort of alarms. You know, you can have a vibrating alarm, but I don't know, I kind of expected a little speaker. I thought that would be nice, you know, a bit of music, well, not music, but a bit of sound popping out, you know, they have notification. There's a little light on it at the front as well, which lights up when it's charging, or when it's charged. It doesn't do anything else. No one's ever written anything for it. Maybe an ever so slight blink would be quite good when you get a message, because when you've got the steel strap, it comes with the steel and the leather strap. And the steel strap, when it vibrates, it's actually quite loud. The whole point of it for me was to be discreet, but it actually is a little bit loud sometimes in meetings, especially now people know I've got it. I'm kind of like, I got it so that I could just glance at it, but now when it goes off in a meeting, people hear it go off, and I think, well, I can't look at it now because it's obvious that I'm looking at my notifications. Limited memory, it's only got 8 slots per app, you can have 8 things on it, which again, there's not that much to put on it, but you sometimes have to sort of shuffle them around, take them off, put the new ones on. You have like a little locker in the app on your phone where you can store them and switch between them, so it's a little bit annoying. The strap, the leather or the steel strap is bespoke. It's specifically designed. It's not a standard watch strap. So if you break it, lose it, you have to get a specific Pebble one. You do get the 2 with it when you buy it, the leather and the metal one with the steel. But the original Pebble allows you to fit any watch strap onto it. And much the same way, a bespoke charger, the little magnetic strap-on charger at the side. If you lose it, you've had it. It only comes with USB. You have to charge it from a computer or anything with a USB socket. It's a bit slow. It takes a while to charge it up, to be honest, but you'd think that, I don't really know what you would put on it, it has to be bespoke, but you can't, because we're used to mini USB and things like that. We've got a few cables kicking around, nothing else will charge it, so it's a bit of a pain. Which brings me on to the good points, because I like to get the bad points out of the way before I go to the good points, just so that, you know, you're off to a bad start, you're thinking negatively straight away, which is a good way to be, I guess. I don't know, I just like to get the bad stuff out of the way. You know, I like good news, but bad news, get it done, and it's finishing it. Then you finish on a positive note, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Do you? Good size, it's remarkable. I'll slide some video of it into this, but the size, I expect it to be a lot more bulky, huge, but it's not. It's actually, it's quite discreet. I have a Fitbit Flex on this hand arm, and this is the profile of the watch. It's very, very small and light and little, so that's a positive for me. Comfort, very comfortable, although when you put the steel strap on, it does actually systematically pluck all the hairs off your wrist, if you've got hairy wrists. And if you're a woman, you know, hopefully you haven't, but me, I'm a little bit hairy, and it does actually snag, and again, it vibrates a bit louder with the metal strap on, if that's a problem for you. It's not for me, but it is. Waterproof, massively waterproof, down to 5 atmospheres. I don't know what that means, but I've never taken it off in the bath, shower and stuff. I have, you know, but I'm saying you don't have to. You know, I do clean under it, don't worry, it's not disgusting under there. Vibration is pretty loud with the metal strap, which is just another point, but I've mentioned that a few times now. It's not a problem day to day. If you're walking outside, it prompts you to look at your wrist or answer your phone or disregard the phone call if it's someone that you hate ringing you. But you know, the whole sort of secret vibration in the meeting catches me out a little bit, especially if you've got your arms sort of resting on the table. So it goes, and everyone looks at you as if to say, oh, that's your watch going off again, is it? And you're like, yeah, awkward. Which is a good point. I don't know why, but it is. Regular updates, it's been updated since I got it about 5 times. Newer versions of the software keep coming and getting pushed to it, which increases the functionality. One of them now, you can increase and decrease the volume of the track, and you can reshuffle the apps in a different direction, which is quite handy. It comes with 2 straps, the leather one, which I wore for ages. The reason I stopped wearing it is because it's getting a bit smelly, because it got a bit wet a few times, and it started to stink a little bit. And it looks a lot better with the steel one on, to be honest. It suits it much better. Good with the whole steel theme. It's discreet to check, providing you're not in a meeting. If you're out and about, it's just, you know. Although it's strange because people always think you're in a rush. I went to the hairdressers a few times, believe it or not, you know, it's a while ago. And you glance at it and everyone's like, are you in a rush? Are you in a hurry? And that happens a lot. You don't realise that the sort of international sign for you're wasting my time or you're annoying is, oh, it's just gone off now, get a message. Hello YouTube, that's from my girlfriend. But yeah, it's just, when you look at your watch, people just think, oh, I'm boring you, am I? More so than when you pull your phone out. And we have that, well, I have that sort of dire need to pull my phone out and check it when it vibrates. But if you just glance at your watch, it's indiscreet in display. It's quick and easy to do. But you will threaten hairdressers with thinking you're in a rush, and everyone else. It's stylish, and it looks quite nice for like a geeky item. It's not like blatantly bad looking. Light flick function, I quite like that. It's if you just flick your wrist, it lights up, and so if you're in bed and you wear your watch in bed, you can see the time. It's just, it's quite convenient, you know. And again, the screen's on all the time. It's not one of these like a Super AMOLED or an LCD. You have to light it up to look at it. It's on, and you just go like that, and it lights up, which is great. And watch faces, you can get millions of watch faces for it. So I mean, I have the comedy Rolex one on it, and a few others that I'll show you and flick through. It's got quite a lot of faces on it, which is quite nice, I think. You know, you can just change the look of it when you get bored of it. I'm a fan of the analog hands rather than the digital numbers, and I hate 24-hour. Most of the digital faces are 24-hour. I like 12-hour because I'm stupid. I'm getting another message now, you know, so it's putting me off, and it looks like I'm in a rush on it doing that. Sunlight visibility, no problem. You can see it in any light, you know, as long as it's daylight. You can't see it in the dark unless you do that. Maps navigation, yeah, it's quite good if you're on like anything you're on. I'm going to compare to an iPhone at the minute, and if I'm doing like the Google Maps and I'm navigating to a particular place in a town, or I'm going to a meeting, I'm lost. You put your phone in your pocket, flip the screen off to save battery. Every time you get to a point where you need to turn, it will push a message that would be a normal drop-down message on your phone to say turn left, turn right, turn onto whatever street. So if you're carrying, in my case, a laptop bag and an overnight bag, and you're in London and you're like, where the hell am I going? It's quite easy to just glance at it and just use a navigation, which is the big part of a smartphone for me. Value for money. It works out, what was it, about $150, was it, something like that, which works out less than £100. It's, you know, you can get you can pay a lot more money for like a normal watch than you can for this. So, you know, I was that's why I plumped for it. I thought, well, it's probably a bit of a gimmick, but I'll get it anyway just to see what all the fuss is about. And I do find now that when I go out without wearing it, I do feel a bit like lost, a bit sort of, oh, do I have to get my phone out? Goodness, I have to reach all the way into my pocket and just look. Yeah, I found that I do use it, and I was told by a couple of people that it'd end up in a drawer, not be used a lot, and would be a very boring waste of money. But I don't find that. I find that I do use it a lot. Yeah, I find that if the battery's flat in it, I put one of my other watches on because I just feel like I want to just be able to glance at the time. Which is ironic again. The best thing about it is the fact that it's a watch, a wristwatch, and we've kind of got a habit of wearing them. So, quick conclusion I've written here. It's worth the money. It's great at working in meetings, vibration aside. It's updated regularly, doesn't need to be chaffed. What does that mean? Oh, charged. It doesn't need to be chaffed every day. I'm all whinged about the battery. You will get a good few days out of it. If I'm working away, charge it. I don't bother taking the charger with me because I know it's going to definitely last me 2 or 3 days, regardless of my whinging earlier. Saves your smartphone battery because you're not reaching for it to lighten up the entire colour screen all the time, looking at who's messaging you or who's emailing you or who's calling you. You can just sort of glance and turn it off. So I do find, even though Bluetooth's on the whole time on my phone, always now, I definitely get a lot more battery life because I reach for it less. I just think, yeah, that's all that was, and look around the world and sort of enjoy things more than just being constantly in that screen like I usually was, like everyone else still is, who doesn't have a smartwatch. If you're thinking about it and you don't know what to do, I can't say it's super revolutionary and it's an amazing must-have. It's just something it's kind of nice, and the idea to me, even though I like my gadgets, was like a bit of a waste of money. That doesn't really do anything standalone, needs a phone with it, but you do find yourself enjoying it and using it quite a lot, and just, you know, especially for hanging up calls. I think the best thing about it really is the music. You flick the music player, you can skip tracks, pause, stop, you got your headphones in and on, and you've got your phone buried in your pocket and stuff. It's just nice to be able to see what track's coming up, skip it, volume, you get a notification in the middle of it, or somebody calls you, you can just press end, stuff like that. So yeah, for the price it is, and the fact that it's got a full-time on-screen viewable in a day, I'd give it a go. You know, I don't think you'll regret it. Considering I thought I was going to regret it, I've actually grown to really like it. So that's what I think anyway, and tell me what you think. Have you got a smartwatch? Do you want a smartwatch? Do you think they're a complete and utter waste of time? Do you think I'm stupid for buying it? Are you looking forward to the Apple smartwatch? Have you got one of the Android smartwatches? What do you think of watches in general? Do you like time? Are you sick of time? Have you got enough time? Does wearing a watch make you make better use out of your time? No. I don't know. Let me know what you think. And I'm going to go now. Take care now. Bye bye then.